Saints Bucks, obviously not a great end for the Saints there. I really want to talk about 3 plays. I think 3 plays in this game really explain the problems the Saints have been having all year long. It's crazy because after this game, I saw a bunch of people on Twitter and YouTube or whatever saying basically what we've been saying the entire year. And it's just crazy, the ineptitude of the coaching staff and the ineptitude of the New Orleans Saints, especially when you compare it to how good they were with Sean Payton as far as being coached and game situations, things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the situation. We are winning. The Saints are winning 16-3 in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left. It is 2nd and 8. The Bucks have 3 timeouts. Okay, so this is where things start to unravel. Andy Dalton rolls out, throws a pass to Mark Ingram, and let's go ahead and watch, and we'll break it down here. So Ingram catches the pass. He's got all the space in the world. So watch Ingram here before he gets to the first down marker. He just kind of jukes his way on out to set up a 3rd and 1. Now, a lot of people are shitting on Mark Ingram for this play. Deservedly, right? Deservedly. He should be getting a lot of flack for this play. This is a disaster. 1, stay in bounds. 2, try and get the first down, right? A new set of downs in this situation is almost game ending. You're up 2 scores. It's 6 minutes left. You're marching, you're driving, and you could have a whole nother set of downs. Okay, so for sure, Ingram should be getting chastised via Twitter like he is. But here's my thing. Why is he in the game? Why is he doing this? If he's injured, which it seems like he was injured, which he has said he was hurt, right? After this play, he goes down, he's holding his leg, he's hurt. Let's just pretend he's as hurt as anyone has ever been, okay? Why is he in the game? Why is Alvin Kamara not in the game? Even if he ain't hurt, why is Alvin Kamara not in this situation? It's not like he's pass blocking and then accidentally kind of snuck out and caught the pass. If it is a passing play and you know the running back could possibly be the first person to catch the ball, the first read for the quarterback, why is Alvin Kamara, your best offensive player, the featured back specifically when it comes to passing plays, when it comes to how dangerous he is receiving the ball, when it comes to how dangerous he is in these kind of one-on-one in the flats or one-on-one in space moments? Why is Mark Ingram in? This player personnel, just randomized kind of system that they have has drove me crazy all year long. There have been so many plays where I'm sitting in the dome, I'm sitting at the loge, and I'm watching the package. Okay, I'm watching who we have on the field, and I'll see that they have like Taysom, and then they have whoever the practice squad running back was that we've had when Ingram was hurt. He'll be in, and they'll play action, and then Hill will do something else. Like he'll go the opposite way. And I always think, like, why wouldn't you put Kamara in there, right? Why wouldn't you have the bigger threat if the whole point of it is to be a play action for Hill to just go off of it? Why isn't the bigger threat in there? Why is the third string back in there? There's all kind of times where, you know, Kamara will be in for a pass blocking play. Like this game, he missed a block where, okay, if he's not the better pass blocking back, then put Ingram in for those plays. It's just the randomized kind of system that to me was very indicative of just how little control Pete Carmichael and Dennis Allen have on what's happening in the game. Okay, so let's continue. So this sets up a 3rd and 1. Okay, so this play is quite infamous within the last 24 hours. So 3rd and 1 happens. Now, normally you would think, okay, the Saints are going to run it, right? You would think 3rd and 1 here. You know, he went out of bounds. So, all right, so it's 5:33. Okay, or yeah, whatever. So we're at like a 6-minute mark. Okay, we know the situation. So you would think the Saints are going to run it. All right, you would think the Saints are going to run the ball. They have a package with Taysom Hill to do this kind of stuff. It's a long one. Whatever. Worst case scenario, you bleed another 40 seconds off the clock, and then we can figure it out. So they choose to pass. All right. Now, people have been pissed that the decision here was to pass. And the explanation for why was because there was 8 people in the box. No shit, there's 8 people in the box. It's 3rd and 1 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You're up 2 scores. Of course they're going to be putting people in the box. Now here's my, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I actually don't have a huge problem with passing here, because if you're thinking, all right, we are going to catch them off guard. We're going to catch them off guard here. We're going to complete the pass, new set of downs. Who gives a shit how we pick it up? Let's just pick it up, and then boom, we're going to win the game. I have no problem with that. Only if then you decide, but if we do not get it, we are going for it on 4th down. We'll take this chance. We will take this chance here, and then we will run our best short yardage play, which is probably some kind of Taysom Hill, some quarterback power. We are going to do that. To me, that's fine. Like, I like that. It's kind of out of the box thinking. You're 4-8. You're on the road. You got a stranglehold in the game. I totally understand that. So let's watch what happens. 3rd and 1. They choose to pass it, and let's go ahead and see. Ball gets blocked or knocked down. Callaway can't come down with it. Now, then they punt. Okay? Then they punt. They're on the, what are we on, the 40? We're on the 44. On the 44 here, they decide to punt. Just back to back to back, terrible ass decision making in the most pivotal spot of this game where it's almost impossible to lose. And this coaching staff screwed it up. I mean, not to mention, Taysom Hill isn't even on the field right here. Now, I understand, like, look, it's not his play. It's not, he shouldn't be in there, whatever. But I just don't get any of this. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just randomized stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, this game right here, now we're 4-9. This is the 13th game of the year. All right. It's not like, well, maybe he'll get better. Maybe, Allen and Carmichael will figure it out. Pete Carmichael has been on the staff for 15 years. All right. Dennis Allen's been a head coach for now, what was this, his 4th season, something like that he's had the reins on a team. And what's happened every time? Like this now, we have the sample size. We have the data set. Like, we can just say it what it is. They're just not good at this. They're not good at these situational spots. And I've said it before on here, but I just don't understand how this can be a $1 billion team, over $1 billion team. This can be one of 32 NFL teams in the world, and they can't hire someone to do this. They can't hire somebody to be a coordinator for these kind of things, a short, or whatever, an analytics person or a short yardage person, or go for it coach, whatever you want to say. But they have to have someone. I mean, if I'm doing this on Twitter, if I'm doing this sitting on my couch, haphazardly just laying there, if I'm like, maybe should go for it here, maybe shouldn't punt here, maybe should have Kamara in on the pass play. If I can do all that, like, how are they not? And I'm not saying that I'm some kind of savant, because I know there's a million people watching the game who are doing the same thing. My question is, how are these two idiots not? Like, how is Dingus 1 and Dingus 2 sitting on the sidelines for like, what do they do during the week? What do they do during the week? I mean, I don't get it. And I mean, I hate ragging on the guys, but it's just crazy. You can get children. You can get 13, 14, 15-year-olds who are playing Madden, and they know this spot. They know these situations. They understand it's 3rd and 1. We probably need to run this. We have Taysom Hill for a reason. We have this package for a reason. We're good at this. And even if then that person says to Dennis Allen, the 13-year-old says to Dennis Allen, we should probably run the quarterback power at Taysom Hill and pick it up. That's our best play in this spot. And he says, no. I want to be sneaky. I want to catch him off guard with a slant. Then maybe the 13-year-old would say, okay, well, we got to go for it on 4th. Like, we don't have a choice here. We can't punt it from the 44 in this spot. We pick up the first down. We probably win the game. Isn't that worth it? Isn't the chance of picking up the first down and ending the game, or at minimum running another, another chance at that, isn't that risk reward better than the possibility of 30 yards of field advantage? It's just crazy. It's just nuts that the Saints have to keep watching this, or the Saints fans have to keep watching this, and just how this is all playing out. The silver lining, and I told people all day today, so I'm filming this on Tuesday. I told people all day today, the silver lining in this is that it's over. The silver lining in this is that Allen and Carmichael are gone. It's obvious now. I mean, in Dennis Allen's postgame today, he was saying things like, we just have to be better situationally and blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, it's 13 weeks in. You're not going to get better situationally. It's not going to happen. It's the same with Dan Campbell. It's the same with Nathaniel Hackett. It's the same with these coaches. If you can't, that's something that I think is funny. If you were a driving instructor and a 15-year-old or 16-year-old, whatever age it is now, if they were trying to drive and they functionally did not understand that red light meant stop, if they functionally did not get that, it would make no sense to be like, well, we'll just see. We'll be patient with them. They need some better situational awareness on functionally understanding the rules of the road. This very basic premise. They need a little bit more patience there, but besides that, we'll let them keep driving around and see what happens. You would never do that. They are missing a very basic functional level of coaching, a very basic understanding of downs and situations and game management and game theory, however you want to phrase it. They cannot get it. They're sitting at the blackjack table and they just can't get it. They can't understand why they shouldn't be hitting on 18s. They just aren't there. They can't put the pieces together. And this isn't 22-year-old Dennis Allen in his first year. Coaching is hard, no doubt about it. Coaching is real hard in the NFL. There's a lot that goes into it, especially during the game. Learning who do I talk to? Who do I look at? What referee is doing this? What position coach is doing this? How's my headset work? How's my microphone work? Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael have absolutely way too much experience to be doing this. They're not worried about that stuff. They've been doing that. They understand how that setting is. They understand where they are. They should be comfortable with that. So you can't even give them the pass of the, they've only, Josh McDaniels right now, right? His teams are losing weird ways, and I think he's getting a benefit of a doubt with the team because he seems to be making okay decisions, and the team seems to be responding, and he seems to have a vision. He seems to have a plan. Things just aren't working out. And so I can understand that situation being all right, let's give him a couple more games. Let's get him to the end of the season. Let's give him maybe some next year. He's still young in this head coaching career. Let's see what happens. Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael, there is no identity. The team isn't fighting for them. They don't have any rhyme or reason. It's just guesswork all over the place. And I'm sick of watching it. I mean, I feel bad because that was a gut-wrenching loss to the Bucs. One of the worst losses I've ever seen, as far as just a total meltdown. But it's I can only get so mad. I can only get so upset about it, or so embarrassed watching it, however you want to phrase it, because it's almost to be expected at this point. It's almost to be expected. You let these two goons, these two Goombas try and make these decisions, and when they screw it up, you can't be oh man, I'm just really heartbroken here. This team's just rudderless. It's rudderless. That's what the team is. But these three plays, I wanted to go over these three plays because these are probably the plays you're going to hear about the most. The 2nd and 8, the Mark Ingram play. Then you're going to hear about the decision to pass on 3rd and 1. But I don't think enough people are talking about that. Yes, this was bad, but the punt after is arguably just as bad. So I wanted to go ahead and break those three down for you. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a comment. Let me know which play was worse. What was worse? I want to know this in the comments below. Tell me. Tell your boy. What was worse? Mark Ingram stepping out of bounds, 3rd and 1, choosing to pass it, or punt on 4th down? Let me know in the comments below which of those 3 was the worst option.